Pamela Wilson. I am a licensed practical nurse or LPN. What drew me to EMS? The excitement, something different daily, not the same routine day in and day out. I enjoyed working with the public, helping people in the emergencies, um, and it's always been my dream job. Some major struggles while working in EMS, I would say juggling work and home life, missing out a lot of um, important activities, date, with my kids, um, long hours, stressful calls, not knowing what was going to happen from day, during the shift. Um, and I guess working with different people daily, not knowing if they was gonna really help or be lazy that day. I'm always encouraging someone to work in the medical field because you will always have a job. The healthcare field is always changing. There's many um, areas that you can work in. You're not stuck in just one particular area in nursing. Um, Paramedic is a little bit different. There's certain areas that you can only work in, such as maybe the ER or on the ambulance or the fire department. Um, but I would tell them start from the beginning, stick with it. It's gonna be hard at times, but get your feet wet and see if that's something that you want to do before you jump directly into it. It's a good career. You can always go far in mostly nursing. EMS, paramedic, you're kind of limited once you get your medic license. But once you get into nursing, there's many avenues that you can go into. How did I feel about COVID-19? I was confused as to what it was, how it was affecting everybody, um, what was the next move that we was all going to have to make in the medical field because it was spreading so fast. Just the uncertainties of what's going to happen next. Well, for protection for COVID, um, made sure that I was masked up at all times. Working in the nursing home, we had to have our gowns on, hair covered, gloves on at all times. I made sure that I stayed covered, changed out my gloves, changed out my mask, then bring that stuff home, changed clothes immediately. Made sure that I showered and was free from everything that I was exposed to at work before interacting with my family. I got to travel to California for my travel assignment, and I was responsible for vaccinating half of California residents. We're in California. I was there for 2 months in California for my travel assignment. The most difficult part, I have never been away from my family that long. Getting adjusted to being in another city, being by myself, not having my kids and my husband there. And I think the biggest challenge for the assignment was there were a lot of, I'm not going to say, residents that didn't speak English. So it was kind of hard to communicate with them, to ask, the required questions before being vaccinated. We had interpreters, but outside of that, it was a fairly easy transition going out to California. I've thought about furthering my education. Um, I have not yet decided if I want to go for my RN. That would be the highest I would probably go. No, I do not want to be a doctor. Um, just trying to make the right decisions for my family if I do decide to go back to school. I guess just to work and take care of my family. I don't have any future plans right now. I'm just taking it day by day. I guess the biggest emotions is watching them pass away. I worked in a nursing home. I worked on the memory care floor. So a lot of my clients, or patients rather, residents, had Alzheimer's or dementia. So just watching them deteriorate, get sick. Some made it, some did not. Um, just worried about not catching COVID to take it home to my family. But at the same time, being able to continue to go to work during the pandemic to help provide. How far? Um, just basically just keeping them comfortable, giving them their antibiotics, keeping them hydrated, keeping them comfortable. With COVID, it was pretty much nothing I could really do. Um, Once they caught COVID, I really didn't um, take care of them because I didn't want to be in that position of possibly catching COVID, because a lot of my coworkers who were working on the actual COVID floor were catching COVID, and I didn't want to take that risk with my daughter's health conditions, and with me having respiratory issues, I didn't want to have to take that risk. Some rewarding parts of being a nurse, I would say, helping people, seeing them being able to heal and go home, or just basically just taking care of them to keep them comfortable, or the family just saying thank you. You was helpful, or you explained stuff better than maybe somebody else who came in. Just being um, patient and kind. So just seeing the reward on the family's face or the patient saying thank you is rewarding. EMS is my first love. I am going to be in the process of transferring my Ohio paramedic license to Georgia so that I can work here as a paramedic. I do miss the patient care part of it. I miss the excitement of the unknown responding to calls. So yes, I will be returning. I would say the best or the beautiful part of my EMS career, I would say graduating from the academy. It showed that I was able to overcome my fears, step out on faith, and push myself past, knowing that I probably wouldn't have done it. But knowing that I actually did it, passed, graduated, I would say was the best part. For nursing, I would say just completing it as well. It was a journey. It was a hard journey. But to know that I made it to the end, I walked the stage, I was pinned, and I passed my nursing license. The test the first time was an amazing feeling. At one point, I thought my oldest daughter wanted to go into the medical field. She and I talked about her going into nursing. She has then changed her mind. I don't know if any of my kids want to follow in my footsteps. If they do, I would be very supportive. If they don't, I'm still supportive in whatever decision they decide to make. But I don't think any of them are. I don't know if I could say I'm fulfilled. I would say I struggle daily with what I want to do with nursing. A part of me want to do EMS. A part of me want to stay in nursing. So it's a battle that I deal with daily, just saying, sit still and pick something to do instead of jumping around. But I don't think I found my happy place as of yet, as far as where I want to remain as far as in my medical field. In my medical career. EMS, yes. My paramedic license, I would do it all over again. As far as nursing, I think I would, but I think I would have changed the way I approached going to nursing school. I had the opportunity to do the paramedic to RN program. Um, I didn't do that route. I went and just did my LPN license first, just to get my feet wet to see if nursing was something that I was interested in doing, because it was not something that I really truly wanted to do. But looking back now, I wish I had just went straight for my RN instead of doing my LPN first. And now I kind of want to do RN, but I don't know if I really want to go back to school for it. I haven't decided. But yes, I would do both all over again.